The first thing I'm going to do is take the small end of the Detail HAC into my highlight color. I'm going to be applying this in the areas that need extra coverage. So I love this smaller end for covering up breakouts, dark spots, all of that. It is amazing. It's like a magic eraser. So I am literally just bouncing the highlight over these areas, and this is where you can cover things that are outside of the typical highlight area. Now I'm flipping it over to the larger side of the Detail HAC, and we will be doing the highlight in these typical areas, just following that chart. So I'm going to start off by doing underneath my eyes. I love to have the most brightness under my eyes, so I'm applying it there, and look at that difference. It's crazy. And you just need a little bit of the highlight. It is super creamy, so don't load up your brush with a lot of product. And in the areas you want the most coverage, be sure that you are stippling with the brush, and then you can do little swiping motions in the areas where you just kind of want to brighten a little bit. So yeah, just make sure that you don't apply too much. That's when you're going to get a lot of creasing, and it can get a little bit too heavy looking. So just apply those to the areas that are in that chart, and with every order you will get that chart, and it's so nice to keep it on your counter and help you get ready. Now let's move on to contour. I'm first going to show you how to do it with the small end of the Detail HAC. The contour is dry, so definitely really work your brush in there. These are the areas that you want to apply your contour. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you where to find your contour of your cheekbones. Just follow the top of your ear down and right to about the center of your eye. That's where you want your contour to go. So here I go, just kind of applying it right in that area and blending it up. And don't be afraid if you get the contour too low or anything, it's no biggie. Just use your highlight at the end and clean it all up. So I'm also going to apply it along my hairline and then on this side of my nose to kind of slim it all out. And I also like to apply it on my bottom lip. This is going to give the appearance of a fuller lip. And then I also dab it along my chin and my jawline to sharpen things up a little bit. And then now I'm taking the bigger side of the Detail HAC, working it into the contour color. And I always start off really intense, as you can obviously see, but the amazing thing about cream is that it blends so easily. So you can start off intense, and then that way when you begin your blending, it's still going to show up and not just kind of fade away on you. So I am just working and blending it, and look at that difference already. It's amazing. Contour is just one of those things, once you start doing it, you will never want to go back to regular makeup. So just go in and blend everything out. Make sure you don't have any super harsh lines. Now for the other side, I'm going to show you just with that bigger end of the brush, so it's totally up to you which way you want to go. It's whatever you like. So just following that ear down until about the center of my eye once again. So this is going to be the same placement, of course. I feel like this way is definitely faster, but it's totally up to you and how you like to do it. So for contouring the nose, you want to get the very edge of that brush and just kind of dip it into the contour, and then you're going to stamp it on the edge of your nose, kind of where it starts to roll over, and just kind of stamp and bounce it, and then along the tip of the nose as well. And then I like to use that small end and just kind of blend it out so that it's not quite so intense of like a line right down my nose. And now I'm just taking the tiniest amount of highlight and cleaning up the bottom edge of the contour. I love to do this. It really helps to clean things up, and I have a tendency to blend a little bit too far down, so I love doing this step. And then I will go over and just kind of bounce around the rest of the highlight, because I like to make sure that I don't have any creasing going on since we haven't sprayed or set it with powder yet. Now let's do some blush. I'm going to go in with Sandstone. It is my favorite blush. So I'm going to start off by just kind of applying it to the apples of the cheeks just like you normally would. I like to apply a lot of blush just like I do contour because, like I said earlier, if you don't apply enough when you start to blend, it's just going to kind of fade and disappear on you. So apply a heavier amount and then blend and stipple it out. You can see what a difference blush makes. I just love it. These 4 colors are definitely all you need for a perfect look. Okay, and now you'll see that I got the blush a little bit too high up in the highlight underneath my cheeks. So I am going to go back in with some of the highlight just a little tiny bit and kind of clean that up and make sure that my under eye stays nice and bright. So it's just kind of like adding a little and then kind of take a look, and if you need to add something else, just go in and add it. Alright, now let's do some Stay Spray. This is the Stay Spray with SPF. You just spray it all over your face. I know, beautiful expressions there. And this SPF one does kind of shoot bubbles out, but it totally works and is amazing. So if you like a more dewy look, just leave it like this without any powder, but I love to do powder, so we'll be doing that next. The final step is vanilla dust, so I am taking the larger end, and I always start with the powder right underneath my eyes. I like to load up the powder a decent amount because otherwise I feel like my skin will get a little too shiny or dewy. So we're literally going to set our entire face with this. And I love this vanilla dust powder. It's really neat because it almost like airbrushes your skin once you're setting it on. It makes such a huge difference, and that's why I always recommend that my clients start out with it in their beginning set. And the last thing I'm going to do is take a little bit more of the blush and apply that on the apples of the cheeks. I just always like a lot of blush, so I'm just going to intensify it a little bit more now that we set it with the powder because that has a tendency to mute it out a little bit. I'm going to use my finger and apply the blush on my lips too. That is the awesome thing about using cream blushes. You can also use them as lip color. So all you just do is use your finger and apply it. And here you have the finished look with just the basic tutorial using the detail hack and Stay Spray. I just love it. It is so fast. It takes a little practice, but once you get the hang of it, you'll love it too.